You guys want to know what is one of the most irritating things that for some reason people use as an excuse, and I don't find it justifiable in any way? When people say, "Well, I didn't know," to cover up something that they completely fuck up. One example that I have is I was at work and the assignment that I had going on required for me to anticipate my needs. And like the good worker that I am, I leave my workstation prepared for all of the tasks that are coming, because some of it requires for you to prepare boxes, prepare bags, just putting them together. If you have ever put together a box once it's been flat, it can take time to put tape on it, to fold it into the appropriate way. That mess takes time. So if I have an extra minute before that assignment is officially what I am scheduled to do, I am going to take that remaining time that I have before I officially am occupied with that task to get my materials ready, because I am a responsible worker, I am focused, and I actually do care about the quality of my job. Well, someone who's supposed to work on the same type of assignment as me comes in. I am away from the room in which I have this setup going on. I come back after 25-ish minutes of gathering the other things that I need to put together for this assignment. I go into the room and I see that all of my prep has been taken. No questions asked. I was not asked about anything. And then I'm like, all right, so that's how shit's gonna be. And it pissed me the hell off because I had a plan that was going to save me time, energy, effort. I was going to be efficient. And this fucking person ruins it. I see her and I'm like, well, hello, individual who steals supplies. I said it very sarcastically, but I was annoyed. But at the same time, it's not like I'm mad at this person. I was just annoyed because if I would have seen that, I wouldn't have touched it. Especially when I was the one who put symbols, labels, stuff had my handwriting on it. So if something doesn't have your handwriting on it, why are you tampering with it? Well, she goes, well, I didn't know. And I'm like, that's why what you do is when you see something that you did not do or something you do not recognize, what you do is you ask, not take, consume, and then ask questions later, or maybe not ask at all. That just really irritated me. I was salty about that for like the next 30 minutes or so, because I had a plan, I had a vision, and someone just walked in and just took that from me. Another story that I have is one time, this is when I was a cashier, I had just finished wiping down my belt, because if I see something sticky, or if I see that it's dusty or it doesn't look black, I like for my stuff to be polished. So I wipe that mess down regularly, almost after every order if possible. Well, here comes this old couple looking at my belt, and they go like, oh, you need to clean that, because the belt was still wet from the juice that I was using to get it cleaned up. And then I'm like, I just finished cleaning this, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway. And then they were like, oh, we're sorry, we didn't know. Why didn't you ask? Why didn't you ask what that is? You said you need to clean that up. So stupid. It's so stupid because it's something, again, that I wouldn't do, but you do it. I expect better from you, especially if you're an old ass person. You're supposed to be better about how you address people. You're supposed to be better at handling conversations. You're supposed to be better at initiating a conversation, but you're just terrible. How are you so terrible at what you do? But anyways, and then lastly, this is the freshest episode. I bring ice cream. No one, absolutely no one in this house except for me consumes the flavor and brand of ice cream that I had brought in. Well, my brother decides that he's going to dig into an ice cream that he didn't buy, mom didn't buy, nobody identifies except me, And the way it went was, I'll consume it first, and then when I see Zam, I'll ask her if it's hers. So that's what he does. I'm washing the dishes one day, and then he goes, by the way, that ice cream, is that yours? And I'm like, yes. The night that I bought it, the moment I put it in the freezer, I knew something was going to happen to it. But then I said, I'm going to bury it with my smoothie fruit, which someone had used as well. I'm going to put it in a very, very difficult spot for you to reach, precisely to avoid those types of misunderstandings. Or how can that even be a misunderstanding? That's you being desperate about you not having your own dessert, and you want to disrupt my flow and somehow get away with it. So I'm like, how does that happen? How do you mess that up? How do you get confused about this? You had never seen it before. Mom had never consumed it before. Why are you doing that? It's like saying, I see your wallet. I'm going to take the money from it, spend it, and then ask if that's okay. Then ask if that was yours. Had you asked me that you want some, I would have said yes. More than likely, I would have said yes. But the sole fact that my stuff does not get respected is what irritates me. Because for some reason, especially when I was a kid, if I would have done such a thing, I would have gotten skinned alive, pretty much. But for some reason, it's okay for others to disrespect my stuff. But if I were to do it, for some reason, hell has to rain upon me. I also asked Mom, how the hell did that happen? Why did that happen? And she was like, well, it's just that, he doesn't read, he doesn't pay attention. And I'm like, well, he needs to start doing it. Because I work hard for my shit. And if I bring it, I expect for it to be there for the moment that I need it, for the moment that I intend to consume it. And then this is me being a false witness, which is a bad thing to do, but knowing them. I'm pretty sure that the way it went was, my brother was like, I want ice cream really bad. And then Mom said, well, isn't there one in there? And then they were like, that's probably Zam's. And then Mom was like, go ahead and take some. It'll be okay. Because it has happened before. That's why I say this. It has happened before. Someone gives permission about my stuff without consulting me. And for some reason, that is okay. That is acceptable. No. So anyways, you guys, that pretty much concludes my venting on this, well, I didn't know, unacceptable ass response that people give. Are you this person? Do you say this? Or are you a victim? Are you on the receiving end, like me, on this? Well, I didn't know, I have never, ever, ever in my life muttered that. Like, if I fuck something up, I don't go, oh, I didn't know. Because you know what I do? I ask before I execute something that I'm unfamiliar with. And that's why I don't embarrass myself or do something stupid like that. Alright guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you soon.